हेलो डियर व्यूअर्स, वेलकम टू टॉप रैंकर्स। आज आपकी फेवरेट श्रुति मैम यहाँ पर नहीं है टू हेल्प यू कंप्लीट योर जर्नी फॉर दिस MHCET preparation for MBA entrance test. So I am here to help you complete what she started. As she famously says, the show must go on. तो वो नहीं है, काम रुकना नहीं चाहिए. We will continue the session जहाँ पर उन्होंने last छोड़ा था. So we will work around certain questions of verbal ability. Now, the focus of this session is not getting the right answers. Of course, right answers are important, but more important is the strategy that you need to employ to get the answers right. So focus हमारा होगा कि हम क्या strategy लगाएं कि हमारे questions जल्दी से जल्दी solve हो, हमारे answers बढ़िया से आ जाएं. So keeping that in mind, we will start today's session and let's just see what do I have for you today. Now there are the kind of questions that we have included in this slide are more or less the kind of questions that you can the type of questions that you can expect to see in the verbal ability section of this paper. Now we could not include 50 questions, so whatever number of questions we have, we will work around them. We will try to understand how to go about getting the answers for these questions. So I guess let us start. So the first question says there are some phrases in bold. Well, these are correct. Now, which phrases A, B, C, D should, given below, should replace the phrase not given in bold to make the sentence grammatically meaningful and correct? Now, first and foremost, if you're attempting an entrance test or if you're planning to write a mock, first and foremost, you have to read the question correctly because if you miss the direction, the chances that you will get the answer right wrong increase. So I guess we have read the question. So the phrases which are given in bold, they are the correct ones. The ones which are not highlighted, the problem lies there. You need to read this part and try to figure out which part is incorrect. So let's see. So, as a part of goods and services tax, which is GST reform, a new levy called the GST compensation cess have been introduced to make good apprehended losses to states in the first 5 years of GST implementation. So, I guess the parts that are emboldened, they are right. The ones that are not, the problem lies there. Now, I see a problem here. And what is the problem? See, let's see if the pen is working. Okay, now says have been, compensation says have been. Now, if this GST compensation says this appears to be a single term, if it is, see, the GST compensation says looks like a single word to me. If that is the case, do I need a has here or a have? Now, if my subject is one, my verb has to be singular, that is, it should have an S. So, for example, she has, say, XYZ. So I need a singular verb with a singular subject. Now, if this is a singular subject, I essentially need a has here. Had been, has been, for making good or okay. Apprehension losses to the states. I guess the problem lies in option this part and can be corrected if I put a has there. Hence, this will be the correct statement. This will render it right. The next one. A legal personality is usually defined as a subject vested with rights and duties. However, within the parameters of law, it have never been confined. I guess it is singular. Should it take have or does it need has? See, it has. Okay, they have given you the corrected answers. Option C will make it grammatically right. Now, see, it appears that we can expect questions. Well, though we can expect a lot of questions around a lot of concepts of grammar, but this particular one has two questions consecutively on subject verb agreement. So, appears to be a good topic, appears to be an important topic, something that you should invest your time on, not just for the entrance test, but the sake of improving yourself. So I guess an error based on subject verb agreement, the answer will be option C, which is it has never been confined. The next one. So the question says reading the direction is always important. So which of the phrases A, B, C, D should replace the phrase given in bold? Now this time they have reversed the question type. Now, the ones that are emboldened, they are erroneous. We need to replace them with the right phrase that follow. Now let's see. The biggest challenge India faces have that. Now again, something based on subject verb agreement. Now we are talking about the biggest challenge. Now who faces it doesn't matter. Somebody is facing a challenge, singular. Faces, faces have that the group. Or how about the biggest challenge India faces has again? How about this? Or probably is, my bad, is. So the biggest challenge India faces is that. See, um, so I guess option A looks right. The groups perceived to be disadvantaged consist of a very larger segment. Now, large, larger, largest. Now, large is an adjective which is used for positive statements. Larger should be used for comparative. So when I'm comparing two units, then we should use a comparative degree that is larger and largest when I'm comparing one with, say, a group on the whole. So here, since I'm talking about just one segment of Indian society, the word larger seems to be wrong. How about I put just C, a very large segment? So which option? Okay, option D captures the emotion here. So the biggest challenge India faces is that the groups perceived to be disadvantaged consist of a very large segment of Indian society. Now, the thing about MHCT is that you won't have a lot of time and you need to learn to control the time that you spend on a given question. So, if you work around certain basics, you are sure to deal with these easy questions in less than, let's say, 20 seconds per question. So the only time you need is probably to read the question and you will be able to get the answer right. So if you work on these concepts, you will be able to save time here and thus you can invest that time on lengthier questions, let's say such as parajumbles or probably reading comprehension passages. Now let's take a look at the next question. In India, by contrast, the civil and contract related remedies available to consumers suffer from delays and poor recoveries. Now, the highlighted part is wrong. For this reason, the IBC, which offers a time bound resolution, may be. Now, I don't see a lot of problems here. See, what are we talking about? In India, by contrast, the civil and contract related remedies available to consumers suffer. Now, see, we are talking about remedies which are available to consumers. They suffer. See, plural subject requires a plural verb. So I don't see a problem here. Suffer from what? Delays and poor recoveries. Looks okay to me. For this reason, the IBC, which offers a time bound resolution, may be considered. Well, I really don't see a problem here, but still, let's evaluate the options. The first one says available for consumers suffering from delays. Now, see, available to and available for. Now, there is a variance from delays and poor recoveries. For this reason, the IBC which okay, offer a time-bound resolution might be. There is a difference here. Okay. Availability to consumers. Well, this I hope you will understand. See, remedies availability to consumers doesn't make sense, will be ruled out very easily. Available to consumers suffering from delayed and poor recoveries. For this reason, the IBC which offering, okay, doesn't really make sense. I guess we should rule this one out. Shall bin doesn't really make sense. So I guess can be ruled out. Available at consumers suffered. Now see, how can something be available at consumers suffered from delays? So I guess two close choices. No, there are no close choices. We, in fact, okay, the only one, no close choices. I guess no correction required should be the right answer here in this case. The only thing that you would probably want to understand the difference between available to and available for. Now, available to means something available, let's say, for a group of people. So let's say the report is available, let's say, for somebody. Or if I say the report is available to the customers, that means it's for them to say read or probably go through. But available for is used for, let's say, a concept that is there for specific purpose. Now, for example, the park is available for picnic. right? So that's the only difference. Both are correct, just that the way you use them differs. But then that was not even the concern here. There were so many mistakes in the other parts of the sentence that they could have been ruled out, and the right answer is no correction required. Okay, there is another direction. Let's see what it says. In each question below, two statements are given. These sentences are to be combined into a single sentence without changing their meaning. Three probable starters of the combined sentence, which are denoted by ABC, any one or more than, or none of them may be correct. Find out the correct starters and accordingly select your answer from the five given choices. Well, they say that none of them may be correct, but they don't give us none of them as the option. So I guess we will be able to join these sentences using the given options. Now, first and foremost, if you know that you have to join a given set of words using some conjunctions, we need to understand the basics here. Now, if at all you see contrast in the given information, let's say there are two statements and they show some kind of contrast, that means we need a connector that will support this contrast. So, for example, it's a sunny day, but I stay inside and eat popcorn and watch a movie. When on a sunny day, I'm supposed to go out and have picnic with my friends or party with my friends, but I'm still sitting inside, but I'm sitting inside. So contrast means the two sentences are not in sync or not in the same direction, but it's a sunny day and I decide to go out and party with my friends or say have a picnic with my friends. So the two sentences are in the same tone. So we will use the connectors accordingly. Now let's see what's given here. He is very rich and has all the luxuries at his disposal. He is not contented. Now see, he is rich, he has luxuries, he's not contented, he's not happy. So, do you see the contrast here? So, we need something that can support this contrast. Now, despite, although, these two show that there is a contrast. So, despite being rich, now, despite takes certain forms um, to get, I mean, see, despite is supported by only certain forms of phrases. So probably despite is followed by a noun or a pronoun or a gerund or the fact that. So despite being rich, supported, we need a gerund here. So despite being rich, he is not contented, makes sense. He is not contented because. So he is not contented because he is rich. No, we don't know that. We know that he's rich and still he's unhappy. Imagine somebody who has a lot of money and he's unhappy. What could be the reason? Well, we'll discuss that some other day. But today, although we'll just try to get the answer, although he has all the luxuries at his disposal, comma, he's not contented. Makes sense, right? So I guess option A and C will be supported. Do we have a similar choice? Yes, we have. So I guess the right answer here in this case will be option E, which means of A and C. These two are right choices because although and despite, they show contrast. And the question, the two statements that we have, they clearly show a contrast. So he has money, he's unhappy. There's a contrast. So I guess option A and C will be the right choices here. The next one. Again, no, it's a different question based on vocab. So the question says in the following four words given, there are four words given, out of which two words are most nearly same or opposite in meaning. Now we need to find which two words are nearly the same or opposite in meaning. The word is complement, extract, flack, and disclose. Now disclose means to reveal. Compliment is to praise somebody, flag is to criticize, and extract is to draw something out. Now, which two words do you think are either complementing or opposing each other? Well, I guess if you take a look carefully, this is I'm praising somebody, this means I'm criticizing somebody, right? So, since these two show contrasting nature, these two are opposite. Let's see if we have a similar, we have something that supports this. Okay, we have option C. Now, B and C, C and D, A and B, or none of the combination? No. I guess we have a clear answer here, which is option D. Now, since we know that we will be tested on vocab, it would be good strategy to go through the basic vocabulary, improve it so that we can save time in questions like these. Well, saving time is the key to getting the right answers and getting a better score, of course. The next one. The question says, in these questions out of five alternatives, choose the one which best expresses the meaning of the given word, or choose the opposite or similar in meaning to the given word and mark it. Okay. Obstruct. Now, obstruct means to hinder. It means to stall, it means to impede, it means to just not let somebody proceed the way somebody would want to proceed. So when you obstruct something, you stop the thing or the phenomena or whatever it is from happening. You do that, right? Not a good thing, but we do that. That's basic human tendency, I guess. Now we need either a synonym or an antonym for the given word. Now, obligation is something that I'm obliged to do, maybe legally or maybe just morally or ethically. But obligation is something that I'm supposed to do because it is probably morally or ethically right, or maybe it's a duty. Now, clear is, I guess, so if my path is clear, there is no obstruction. Looks like a good antonym, but let's see. Eyes, I guess, no way related. Instruct is to give a command or a direction or an instruction to somebody. Structure is a tangible thing. So, probably structure is anything which has a concrete form. So, if I have to find something that's similar or opposite, I think clear will be a clear, I mean, definite or an easy option here, because obstructing, so you're not letting somebody work, you're clearing the path, you're letting them work. So, I guess the answer is clear. It's clear. The next one. The question says, in the following sentences, there's a blank space followed by some choices. You have to determine which of these words fit well in all, making them meaningful and grammatically correct. All right, let's see. Words can be modified according to the tense. All right, let's see. There are many dash built into the system to prevent fraud. Now, what would you put here? Just think about it. Many. I guess we need something that qualifies as a noun here. We need many something, to build into the system. So we don't want the fraud to happen. What can we possibly build? Home, protect, right, safeguards, loops. Now, see, there are many what? See, if this is many, we definitely need a plural noun here. So, home is a noun, but it won't fit. Protect is probably a verb, will definitely not fit. There are many rights built into the system. There are many safeguards built into the system. I guess the word safeguards fit well, right? It's plural also. Now, there are many steps you can take to, okay, we need a verb here. Do you realize? To generally is followed by a verb. Well, we call this structure an infinitive, but for now, that doesn't matter. All we know is that we need a verb here. We need to probably, there are steps that you can take to. Now, the word that they've given is safeguard, but they said you can change the modify according to the tense of the sentence, keeping the meaning of the root intact. So, probably if I, for a moment, imagine that there is no S here, it will probably fit. The other words probably won't fit as much. There are steps you can take to protect against the identity theft. No. To safeguard against the identity theft is the only word that will fit. Rights and loops is a noun, won't fit. Home is a noun, won't fit. The charity called for tougher, probably safeguard to protect. See, call for tougher, we need a noun here. Safeguard to protect Britain's remaining natural forests. So I guess the clear winner in this case is option D, that is safeguard. And we can rule out the other options. Okay, it's the same question, just the next part. High fever, nausea, and dash sweating are some of the symptoms. Advanced sweating, display sweating, equally setting, excessive platform. I guess an easy one. Excessive sweating are some of the symptoms. She was reprimanded. Reprimanded is scolded severely. She was reprimanded for her tardiness. Now, tardiness is, now, being tardy is being very slow. So, if I'm tardy, I'm very slow. So, for her tardiness, probably excessive tardiness. Excessive alcohol consumption is a major public health problem in the United States. This one was way too easy, should not take more than 10 to be 15 seconds to answer, and probably be more confident about your score. Okay, the next one says the following statements have two blanks which are to be filled with options given below. Each blank can be filled with more than one option. Find the combination which can most suitably complete the sentence without altering the meaning. Okay, So you need to choose the two right options that will fit in the given blanks. But then that's not all you have to consider. You have to consider the given pair also. So I guess if that doesn't work, we'll choose E, that is no combination fits. It has been promised to control dust emissions from construction activities. Regular water sparkling will be conducted. Okay. Now we have to look at the given information as you clue. Now, water should be sprinkled by handheld sprays or with the help of automatic sprinkler. What? Foundation systems retain available. I guess we need a noun here. We need a noun here. Available is a verb, retain is a verb, systems is a noun, foundation is a noun. So we know for sure that these two won't fit because they are not nouns. So it has to be one and two. Now let's see. Do we have one in the first place and two in the first place? Yes. We can rule out this. Probably no. E will still have to keep because we are not sure if the combinations will work. So though I am my knowledge says that systems fit better, but I haven't ruled out, foundation. Let's see if we have something better. Furthermore, the dust emission should also be reduced through wet suppression. And if the surplus water is not, probably we need a verb here, is not dash to surpass. See, surplus water is not what? We need a verb here. To suppress dust at certain locations, the contractor should install barriers to protect the sensitive receptors and passing traffic. So we probably need the word, well, retain. If the surplus water is not retained, available to suppress. I'm sorry, the word should be available in this one. This seems to fit the second blank. So if surplus water is not available to suppress the dust, they will probably find some other options to probably control dust emissions from the construction activities. So we feel that this and this look like good options. Let's see if we have such combination and um, systems in the second one and available in the fourth one. Yes, we have such combination. We have 1 and 4 also. But do you think foundation will work here? Automatic sprinkler foundation, automatic sprinkler systems. I guess option B is a clear winner, hence the right answer. Now let's see the next one. Ever since demonetization was introduced, the government has been making a strong push for the adoption of digital payment systems, with the government now trying to make Aadhaar the basis for dash a unified financial infrastructure. What do you think will fit here? Defining. Now, see, we know that we need something. We need a verb with an ing, which is actually a gerund. So, basis for, let's say, a unified. Now, we are trying to get a unified financial infrastructure. Now, what do you think will fit in the first blank? Defining, over, achieving, excluded. Now, see, for over a unified system, excluded, for achieving or probably defining, though achieving looks better. So they are trying to make Aadhaar the basis for achieving a unified financial infrastructure. Without those access to banking systems for Aadhaar will soon find themselves, let's see, uh, probably excluded from. So if you cannot get in, you'll probably be excluded. So this looks good for the second blank. So do we have such an option of three fitting in the first one and fourth fitting in the second one? Let's see, three and four. We have such an option. So I guess that will be the right answer here. Now the key here is that you need to understand the what part of speech will fit in a given blank. If you have that kind of understanding, these are very easy questions to answer. If you still don't understand how parts of speech work, we still have time. You better go through simple parts of speech through the books that you have, whatever study material you have, and I'm sure these are very easy questions to answer. Now, let's see. Given below is a set of statements with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read them and answer the question that follow without changing the tone of the paragraph. So let's see. So there are 5 statements. There were other buildings that are in that area prior to Akbar's construction of a royal city named Fatehpur Sikri on the Vindhya Hills. The word Fateh, okay, it means victorious. The Mughals' association with it began with the Battle of Khanwa between Babur and Rana Sanga. The victory in the battle consolidated the new Mughal dynasty. Babur's grandson Akbar ordered the construction. All right, we've read them. Now let's see what the question says. The question says, which of the following sentences can replace statement 2? What can replace statement 2 so that if the sentences are combined sequentially, they form a coherent, logical paragraph? Now let's see, let's remember what was sentence 2 about. Sentence 2 said the word fateh is of Arabic origin in Persian, meaning victorious. Now the key lies in understanding what's before and after it. See, we are saying there were other buildings in that area prior to Akbar's construction of a royal city named Fatehpur Sikri on the Vindhya Hills. The word Fateh, probably Fatehpur Sikri came from the word Fateh, which meant victorious, the Mughal association with it. So whatever will come here will have to be singular, right? So that is what you need to bear in mind. Now let's see. We need to replace that statement too. The name Sikri came from the Sikarwar Rajputs who controlled it briefly at the end of the 12th century. Looks okay to me. Given that the kitchens were nearby and it was cordoned off from the female quarters, lay outside the Haram Sara, this sounds feasible. Do you think this even has a relevance to what we just read? No. My first visit to Fatehpur Sikri was as a teenager, and the beauty and haunting loneliness of majestic red buildings made me fall in love with them. The third statement clearly had it in it, so this statement and these statement can be ruled out. Archaeological Survey of India identifies Taftar Khana references from some other people, Akbar Nama and Tabakat-e Akbari. And then this proves that this is the Ibadat Khana where Akbar met scholars and priests of every religion. Now, we were still talking about Babur. Akbar came much later in the picture. I don't think the statement will fit there. None of the above. No, I don't think so. I think sentence A can easily replace sentence B because it's more or less the same thing. It's still in singular form. So I guess option A is the right answer. The question may seem a little long, but if you understand the nuances, it's a doable question, will help you boost your score. Now, I guess let's take a look at the next question. Okay, match the vocab words with their meaning. Now, see, the paper has a mix of or a balance of easy and moderate question types. Now, you need to identify the questions that will help you get the right, say, boost your score. And for that, we need to prepare. We need to prepare vocabulary. We need to prepare it with all our hearts. So, I guess let's see. We just need to match the words with their meaning. That's all. Not so difficult. Collapse. What do you think it means? It means fall. एनेक्डोट इज अ स्टोरी किस्सा कहानी का हिस्सा जो हमारे घर के बड़े सुनाते ना जब हम छोटे थे पैदल चल के स्कूल जाया करते थे तो कोई भी किस्सा इज एन एनेक्डोट इज अ स्टोरी इट्स अ शॉर्ट स्टोरी एक्चुअली स्पेकुलेट होता है गेस करना और टेनाशियस होता है जब आप फर्म होते हो आप डिटर्मिन्ड होते हो आप स्ट्रांग होते हो इट्स एन एडजेक्टिव which means determined, firm, and strong. Now let's see, we've already marked the answers here. PB, does it make sense? No. PD, RC, no. SC, yes, this makes sense. QD, no. SB, no. So I guess the right answer here is option C. The key, you need to understand the meaning of the words. The next one, conceive. Well, conceive is to let the idea imbibe or probably let it enter you. So I guess when you conceive you also imagine. This looks okay here. Accent actually means the way you speak, but accent also could mean, well, let's see, let's put this on hold. Ascertain here means to determine, and rigorous means, well, rigorous is when you do something with a lot of diligence and hard work and care and detail. So I guess it's you're very strict, you're stringent, you're inflexible. So accent could only mean significant here. Now, accent also means something that's important or significant. That's the other meaning of the word accent. Now, let's see. PC, no. So, this option can be ruled out. RA, yes. QNC, yes. SC, no. So, the entire option can be ruled out. QC, yes. PD, no. SB, no, it doesn't work. So, I guess the right answer here is option B. The next question. Match the words with the meaning. Okay, it's the same question type. We just need to work our way around it. It's an easy question where you can actually boost your score. Now, rival is our competitor. Bid means to offer. Commodious, you can remember this word by using a mnemonic. Now, do you know Komodo dragon is one of the largest lizard known to us. Komodo dragon, it got its name because it's of its hugeness. So commodious is anything which is huge or maybe spacious. Komodo dragon, spacious. So commodious is always capacious, having a lot of space. Magnetize, if any word has IZE at the end, it always means that it's a verb. You fascinate, magnet की तरह attract कर रहे हैं, तो आप उसे magnetize कर रहे हैं. So let's see, the answer will be PB, yes, SC, yes, RA, yes, QB, no, SA, no, QC, no, SB, no. So I guess the right answer here is option A. Now let's move on to the next question type. Okay, there's another similar question. नेडीर किसी भी चीज का रॉक बॉटम होता है. इसका ऑपोजिट होता है पिनिकल, इसका ऑपोजिट होता है जेनिथ, इसका ऑपोजिट होता है समिट. Literally. Now, nadir is bottom, so this is A. Sparse होता है कोई भी चीज अगर कम है, कम से भी ज्यादा अगर scattered है. So sparse population or probably sparse hair on somebody's head means less or scattered air. So I guess, and that's what even skimpy means. So I guess these are synonyms. Exhausted होता है, fatigue होता है जब आपको tiredness होती है. आप सुबह से पढ़ रहे हो, पढ़ते जा रहे हो, पढ़ते जा रहे हो, पढ़ते जा रहे हो. Fatigue sets in. So I guess exhaustion and fatigue are closely related. Felicitate comes from the word felicity. Felicity means intense happiness. Felicitate वैसे congratulate करने को बोलते हैं, but it also means you're happy, you're rejoicing. So I guess A, B, C, D. That's what the synonyms of the words look like. Now, PD, no. RC, yes. QD, no. So these two options get eliminated. SD, yes. QA, no. SB, no. Sorry, my bad. SB, no. SB wrong. SD is right. Sorry. The answer will be option C. The next one. Which of the following rearranged sentences form a meaningful paragraph? Now, if you look at the structure of the question, anybody would get a shock and would want to leave the question rather attempted. So, but if you look at them a little closely, these are not so difficult. They follow a certain structure. And if you understand the nuances of writing, these can be very easy questions to handle. Now, see, generally in coherent paragraph, we should have a passage opener. The sentences should be linked, they should be logically connected, and we should have a conclusive statement. Bear these in mind, and I think the answer will be easy to come. Now, let's see. Duryodhana specifically hated Bhima. Duryodhan was a wicked prince. Now, I don't think that this should follow this statement because I would want to introduce the doer of my action and then I would tell something else to my audience. So I don't think that this is a good sequence. This option should be ruled out. Among the Pandavas, Bhim was extraordinarily strong and powerful. See, we have introduced a character here who's Bhim. Duryodhan was specially hated. One day Bhim made Duryodhan fall from a tree. Duryodhan was a wicked prince. Now see, till here everything looked okay. But then why would I put Duryodhan was a wicked prince after I've already introduced Duryodhan? So there is a problem here. This is not the right sequence. Duryodhan was a wicked prince. See, I've introduced a character. He did not like Pandavas, should be loved and respected. This enraged Duryodhan. Now what? This has to mean something which is missing. So I guess even this is not the right answer. Now let's see if we have better choices. One day Bhim made Duryodhan fall from a tree. He was stealing fruits. This enraged. Okay, this makes sense. But then I put Duryodhan was a wicked prince. He did not like. So I guess this doesn't make sense. Let's take a look at the last one. Duryodhan was a wicked prince. He did not like. Fine. Among the Pandavas, Bhim was extraordinarily strong and powerful. Duryodhan especially hated Bhim. Now look at the structure here. First, I've introduced who was Duryodhan. Then I've introduced Bhim. Now I've told you that Duryodhan did not like Bhim. One day Bhim made Duryodhan fall from a tree. This enraged. What enraged him? That because of him, Duryodhan fell down from a tree. So I guess this makes sense, and hence this should be a right answer. The next question. In the following passage, there are blanks, each of which has been numbered. These numbers are printed. There are five words that are suggested. You just need to pick the word that fits in the given blank. Now, this can be an easy question type, depending on your practice. But let's see what to do here in this question. The hope that private cryptocurrencies would become mainstream money suffered a setback last week. Okay. In his budget speech, the finance minister Arun Jaitley, for the first time, explicitly said that cryptocurrencies such as bitcoins are not legal form of money and that the government should take steps to eliminate their use. Now, do you think this there, which means there as in place, is a good fit here? No, it's not. So we need something that fits here. Now let's see. Therefore, there it's having to. I guess had they used, now see, um, so we are talking about cryptocurrencies in the plural form. So I need something plural here. I have two options. One says there and the other one says it's. See, these three will not fit and we need something plural, so only option B fits. It's a singular form will not fit in the given context. Now let's see. Mr. Jaitley is not the only politician worldwide to consider cryptocurrencies to the status quo. Now, see, they are against the use of cryptocurrencies. What do you think? What will fit here? A positive word or a negative word? Looks like a negative word. Let's see. What do we have here as choices? Danger, stagnant, call, remark. I guess a clear one. They consider it a danger. That is the reason why they are against it. So that is how you deal with these questions. Not so difficult, require a little attention, and getting the answers should not be difficult at all. Now we come to the last segment, that is reading comprehension passages. Now we know for a fact that this section is the most prominent section of the entrance test, and this requires a little, um, uh, you know, careful reading and I guess the answer should be easy to come. Now let's see how to deal with this. Now, a good strategy to deal with reading comprehension passages is that take a look at the questions first. Do not look at the options. Move back to the passage. When you start reading the passage, make sure that you understand the essence of each paragraph. Make sure that you understand what is the central idea of each paragraph. If you're able to do that, trust me, you will be able to get the answers right, even if the passage is, let's say, supposedly difficult. Now, let's take a look at the questions in this one, and then we'll read the passage together and get the answers. What is the primary reason dark matter was first hypothesized by the astronomers? Looks like a direct question. The phrase cosmic glue is most likely used metaphorically to describe. Again, looks like a contextual vocab-based question. Shrouded in theories, hypotheses, and paradox. Most likely mean in the context of the passage. Well, looks like a direct question. According to the passage, what would a successful theory of everything most likely achieve in context of dark energy and dark matter? Okay, looks like another direct question. Which of the following best captures the central argument of the passage? So you need to understand this is an inference-based question. You really need to understand the inference or the main idea of the passage to be able to answer this one. And the last one, what underlying assumption about dark matter's role in galactic dynamics does the author critique explicitly or implicitly? So, underlying assumption. So, what was going on in the head of the author? I guess that's what we need to explain here. Now, let's quickly go back, understand the passage. Now, this says for centuries, the cosmos has served as a canvas for humanity's ceaseless curiosity. So, we are talking about cosmos, that is the universe, that is the Brahmand, which is a canvas for our curiosity. However, beneath the veil of visible stars and galaxies lies an invisible realm that remains largely enigmatic, dark matter and dark energy. I guess we are talking about this invisible realm. Together, these two phenomena account for 95% of universe's total mass energy, leaving only 5% of the matter we can observe. So, see what the writer has done. He says 95% unobservable, 5% observable. Despite their ubiquity, now what is ubiquitous? I guess the 95%. Our understanding of these cosmic constituents is still in its infancy, shrouded in theories, hypotheses, and paradoxes. I remember that there is a question based on it. Now, what does it say? So they are ubiquitous, but our understanding is still in its infancy, so that we don't know much or a lot about these. Dark matter and elusive substance neither emits or absorbs electromagnetic radiation. Now, see, they began the paragraph with dark matter. They're explaining what it is. So, it neither emits nor absorbs something. So, it cannot be detected through the conventional telescopic method. But then we still were able to feel its presence. Why? Because there was discrepancy between the visible mass of galaxies and their rotational velocities. So there something went wrong. Now see, if something exists, I am able to see it or feel it because something has to happen. But if I am neither radiating nor absorbing, how will somebody find that I exist? Something went wrong. There was a discrepancy because of which they were identified. Now let's see. According to Newtonian mechanics, galaxies with insufficient visible mass should have disintegrated. So, according to the theory, these should have disintegrated under their own rotational force. The unseen gravitational influence of dark matter acted as a cosmic glue. But then, see, there was this gravitational force which could not be seen. It kept the galaxies intact. I guess this unseen force is what they're calling dark matter. Dark energy, on the other hand, came into spotlight in the 90s through the study of type-plus supernova. These stellar explosions suggest that universe expansion was not decelerating but accelerating. Okay, so they thought it's contracting, but it was actually expanding. The prevailing theory attributes this acceleration to dark energy. So, why do you think this is happening? They say it's because of the dark energy. And it's a mysterious force. We don't know a lot about it that counteracts gravity and drives the cosmos apart. So, because of which, because of dark energy, the cosmos is falling apart. Its nature remains speculative, but some theorists propose it could be linked to the cosmological constant first introduced by Einstein as mathematical convenience before he deemed it a blunder. Okay, fine. So they are just linking it to something. What makes this phenomena particularly vexing, annoying, is their incompatibility with existing physical theories. While general relativity explains gravity on cosmic scale, it falters on quantum level. Now, see, there is a problem. These are not compatible with the theories. So, if general relativity can explain gravity on cosmic scale, it falters at quantum level. Conversely, so this is working in the microcosm, that is the smaller version of something, but cannot work on cosmic phenomena. Bridging this chasm requires a unified theory of everything, a goal that has eluded the scientists or physicists for decades. So they say that there is, so they say, so they have a lot of things they don't understand. To fill the gap, they need a theory of everything. But this theory is also something that the physicists are not able to understand. It's still eluding them. The implication of dark matter and dark energy extend beyond academic interest, touching on the philosophical questions about the universe's origin, evolution, and ultimate fate. Do these hidden entities conceal the key to the understanding, or they are the placeholders? What are the placeholders? I believe these two things: dark energy and dark matter, for gaps in our current knowledge. Until definitive answers emerge, the universe continues to whisper its secrets to, I would say, I guess this is a very beautiful passage. The way the writer has linked the first paragraph, the first line and the last line of the passage, and structured the entire passage within these two lines. Now let's see, let's take a look at the questions. What is the primary reason dark matter was first hypothesized? Now I believe the answer will lie in this paragraph. Why? Because, see, we talked about dark matter in this paragraph. So the passage very clearly said it did not emit any electromagnetic radiation. Still, its existence was first inferred. Why? Because there was discrepancy between the visible mass and the rotational velocity. Let's see how will we get the answer here. Because it was observed directly through telescope, I believe this is contradicting the given information, Because galaxies exhibited rotational speeds that could not be explained by visible mass. I believe this is what we just read. Because it was needed to balance the effect of dark energy, unrelated. It was a theoretical construct proposed to unify quantum mechanics. I don't even understand what that means. I guess the answer is option B. Now, the next one. The phrase cosmic glue most likely used metaphorically. Now, we had seen this term here. It said that the unseen gravitational influence acted as cosmic glue and it kept the galaxies intact. Now, let's see what options do we have. The bonding mechanism by which gravity governs large scale cosmic structures looks okay. The unobservable but essential role of dark matter in maintaining galactic cohesion looks okay. A theoretical framework. No, it was not a theoretical framework. A speculative interaction between dark matter particles at quantum scales? Well, not that one. We are probably talking about something. See, glue is something that keeps something intact, right? Cannot be option C and D. Has to be either A or B. So the bonding mechanism, uh, looks like a good choice, but look at the choice of words here. It was unobservable. We're talking about dark matter, which according to the writer is unobservable. Role of dark matter in maintaining galactic cohesion, I guess looks like a good choice. But what's wrong with A? Okay, agreed, it was bonding mechanism. It was gravity that was governing large scale cosmic structures. Of course, galaxies are large scale cosmic structures. But so option A technically is not wrong at all. But if you look at the structure of the answers, option B is closer in meaning to the given question than option A. So I guess the right answer here will be option B. What does the phrase shrouded in theories, hypotheses, and paradoxes most likely mean? Well, shrouded means covered, right? So completely understood? No. If it was completely understood, it wouldn't have been shrouded. Covered by unnecessary speculation looks okay. Not fully understood, still debated, looks like a good choice. Hidden physically. Well, if we are using it metaphorically, then it's not hidden physically. Has to be between A, B, or C. Now, covered by unnecessary speculation or not fully understood, what do you think is better? I guess we don't really understand them and we're still debating them. Well, these are not unnecessary speculation. So I guess the right answer here will be option C. The next question. According to the passage, what would a successful theory of everything most likely achieve in the context of dark energy and dark matter? Now, why do you think we need the theory of everything? So, if you understand the context of the passage, the writer said that, let's go back to the paragraph and see what did he actually say. See, it was given somewhere over here. So it says that we cannot understand certain things, therefore we need theory of everything, but we still don't have it. We need it, but we don't have it. That's what the writer said. Now, what could possibly be the answer to this one? According to the passage, what would a successful theory of everything most likely achieve in the context of dark energy and dark matter? Eliminate the need for placeholder concepts by fully reconciling general relativity and quantum mechanics, um, substantiate the cosmological constant, provide empirical verification, redefine the physical constants in underpinning our understanding. Well, see, it would redefine, well, see, as per the writer, he said that since we don't understand why the galaxies have not disintegrated when they should have, so they say, okay, we don't understand, but we think it was dark matter that kept it intact. It was the gravitational pull of dark matter that kept it intact. The next one, he says that we thought that the galaxies were deaccelerating, but no, they're accelerating. What do you think happened? Why is it that? It's okay, probably it's dark energy because of which they are accelerating and not deaccelerating. So we don't know for a fact. We're just assuming that because of these two phenomena are happening. Now that means these two things are working like placeholder. Placeholder is something that can hold the place of something temporarily. So if at all we have the theory of everything, we'll probably eliminate the need for placeholder because we will know for a fact why certain thing is happening. So I guess only option A will fit the bill, hence be the right answer. The others don't even come close, should be eliminated. Now, which of the following best captures the central argument of the passage? Interesting question. So this says the conceptual dichotomy between observable and non-observable matter. Now, dichotomy is the difference between two things. But is the passage around the difference between observable, which was only 5%, and 95% non-observable matter, or was it just the 95% non-observable matter where there were placeholders for which we still don't have any answers? So I guess dichotomy between observable and non-observable is not the right word, because observable was only 5%, non-observable was 95%. We were not talking about the conceptual dichotomy difference between these two. We were talking about what we do not understand about the 95% non-observable matter, right? So this is not the answer, clearly. Theoretical and observational challenges posed by dark energy and dark matter, I guess that's what. Historical evolution, no, we were not talking about evolution of any cosmological theory. Philosophical ramification of humanity's quest. Now, ramification is again the consequence. Well, we do not have a ramification. We are still looking for answers. So I guess the right answer here in this case will be option B. And the last one, what underlying assumption about the dark matter's role in galactic dynamics does the author critique? Now, if he's critiquing, he is probably criticizing. Now, what do you think he would explicitly or implicitly criticize about dark matter's role? Let's see. Dark matter's gravitational influence is sufficient to account for observed discrepancies. Now, see, what did he say? He said that uh, the galaxies were supposed to disintegrate, but they did not. They are still, they are still unified. So that is something, and that's what I said. Probably it's because of dark matter. But does it really explain it? No, it doesn't. It's just a placeholder that we have, right? So I guess it is sufficient to account for is wrong. So if it is wrong, that is probably what the author will critique. Now let's see that alternative explanations like modified Newtonian dynamics are unnecessary, unrelated. We didn't even read about these in the passage. The interplay between dark matter and electromagnetic forces is well understood. Well, there was nothing that was understood in the passage. General relativity can seamlessly explain, no, it cannot. So I guess that was when combined with dark matter. No, we didn't read about these concepts in the passage. So I guess the right answer for this one will be option A. Now, with this, I come to the end of the session. Now, with just little time left for your actual paper, I hope that you will be able to understand how to handle the questions. So, the key to success always lies in hard work and discipline, and of course, the desire and the will to succeed. So, I just hope that you will understand the concepts well. You will learn to balance your time management, and your selection will be strong so that you will choose the questions wisely, get the answers right, you will manage your time, and you will prepare well for the entrance test. Best wishes from our side. Take care and